Welcome. In this video I'm going to be taking a look at this Sailnovo 4 amp smart battery charger maintainer. So this was provided to me by the distributor, but they're not compensating me for this video and they're not reviewing it before I post it. If you find this video helpful and you want to purchase one of these, I'll put a link to it in the description, and if you use that link it helps me out a little bit and doesn't cost you anything extra. So this is the 4 amp model, but they also have a 1 amp, 6 amp, and 10 amp models. So let's get this open. So here we have the charger. So this has an IP65 waterproof rating. I think that makes it really handy. Oftentimes when I'm charging batteries, I don't know what the weather's going to be like, and I usually have it under the hood, but water could get into it. It's nice to know that it's protected. So before we get into this, let's take a quick look at the manual. So this has safety instructions. You'll want to read through all of those. More safety precautions. Here's a product overview. Press the mode to select amongst the 4 normal charging modes. So this has 12 volt standard, 12 volt AGM, 12 volt M. I think that would be the maintain mode. And then for 12 volt LFP, and that would be for lithium iron phosphate batteries. It says press and hold for about 3 to 5 seconds to enter these 3 additional modes. It has 6 volt standard, recondition, and supply. It says there's 2 ways to exit. Press and hold again for 3 to 5 seconds, or power off. So here we can see the little icons for the different modes. So this can work as a power supply, supplying up to 10 amps. And here's a chart with more detail on each of the modes. So you can pause and read through those. And here's some more specifications. And these are for the other chargers, the 6 and 10 amp models. And this talks about maintenance. So this looks pretty straightforward. So there are 2 cords coming off of here. So let's take a look at the charger close up. Looks like there's plastic here. I'll peel that off. If we look at the back, we have a label here. It's made of plastic. We have strain relief on the cords. And this is a tactile button. And then we have 2 cords coming off. We have power cord. So this is to plug into 110 volts. Let me measure that. So that's around 5 feet. The output side is a little under 4 feet, although you'll also add cables on which will add to that length. So this has an SAE connector on it. Now this is not labeled, but you can see we do have red and black for positive negative. So if you're not using it with the cables that came with it and you're using it with a different accessory, you want to make sure your polarity is correct, and if it's not, get a polarity reverser. And it does have a cap on there, so when you're not using it, it protects it. And then we have 2 different options that come in the box to connect up to this. So this would add about a foot to it, and this would be the permanent wired connection. So say you have a car you don't drive very often and you plug it into a battery maintainer regularly, you can connect this right up to the battery. It does have a fuse. It's a 15 amp fuse on the positive, so that's ready to go. That would make it safe. And then you can plug that into the maintainer when you're maintaining it. When you want to take that car out for a drive, you can unplug the maintainer, cap it off, tuck this away, and use it. Now, one thing to consider is if you use something like this, you might want to leave the hood up or maybe make yourself a note on the steering wheel so you remember you have a maintainer plugged into it. Now, the other option are clamps. So that's what you would traditionally see on a battery charger. So here you have a clamp for the positive and the negative. These open up to about 7/8 of an inch. So if your charge is low, you can clamp this onto a battery, or maybe you're reconditioning a battery, you can use this. So let's plug this in here and see if we can see anything on my bench. So here we have the display. I'll hit mode, and we're switching through the modes. So there's the maintain mode, lithium iron phosphate, and then if we hold it down, we go into that 6 volt mode, recondition mode, and supply mode. So let's go into maintain. I have a lead acid battery here. This should really only charge at 1.7 amps. I'm going to hook it up just for a minute, see how it looks. Okay, so here it looks like we're charging at 12.7 volts. And this is drawing about 17 watts. Of course, this is the maintainer mode, and this battery is a little bit low. Now, I just wanted to show this on my bench, close up where I could have detail, but let's head out to the car and take a look at it there. Okay, so here I'm at my 2017 Subaru Outback. We can put the battery charger on this. So I forgot to show this here. This does have a little keyhole here, so you could hang this, especially if you're doing a more permanent charging situation, but I just have it setting here. I'll plug it in. Now this has all the protections you would expect. It has the over voltage protection, reverse polarity, short circuit. So I will connect up the positive. Now I do have protectant on this. So when I put it on, I like to just give it a little bit of a wiggle. So it scratches through to that metal, gives you a little bit better connection. Now it doesn't reach over here perfectly, but you can pull these cords apart a little bit. So I'll do that. And I could have made it work, but I just wanted to show that. So now I can place this on the negative terminal. And here we're in battery maintenance mode, so the voltage is a little low. So I'll switch it over to regular charging, and now we're in regular charging mode. Okay, so now I've disconnected the battery. I've unplugged the charger. I'll plug it back in. And now let's go back through the modes, and I'll hold this down. And we can go to recondition mode. I'll connect it back up to my battery. And now we're in recondition mode. So this will send pulses of electricity through the battery. So this mode should desulfate the battery. Now you can't take a really bad battery and fix it with this, but it might extend the life of your battery a little bit. So if you have a battery that's getting a little older, you could run the desulfate mode on it and hopefully squeeze out some more life. Now here's another nice feature of this is it's currently unplugged. It's connected up to the battery and we're seeing the voltage on the battery. So as I said, this doesn't get driven a lot and you can see the voltage is a little bit low. So this could stand to be charged up. Now the alternator of your car will charge your battery to some extent, but alternators are generally designed to power your car and maintain your battery charge. If your battery is low, it's best to actually charge it up with a dedicated battery charger as opposed to putting that burden on your alternator. I wanted to show this little clip here. This is what the charger looks like when it's finished charging. So that's the Sailnovo 4 amp smart battery charger maintainer. I like the compact size of this and the ease of use. It's nice having one charger that can be a maintainer and a charger. So I have a larger battery charger I use sometimes. I share it with a family member and it's 6 amp, but it's way bigger than this, a lot bigger. And a lot of times I'm not in a big hurry. This is going to be much more convenient. The other one's big, heavy, bulky. It's metal. I like that this also does lithium iron phosphate. Now I do have a camper, has a lead acid battery in it now, but I'll probably eventually get a lithium battery for it. And I won't charge it very often, but every once in a while when I do need to charge it, it'll be nice having this charger around so I don't have to buy yet another charger for intermittent use. So if you're looking for an all-in-one battery charger, I think this is a great option. So that's all I'm going to cover in this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you like this video, please click like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate if you could do that. And thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.